Pit Crew is a 2001 Disney cartoon that aired as part of Disney's House of Mouse, and this aired as part of the episode Gone Goofy. And all of the shorts in this episode were focusing on Goofy, but this one in particular also includes Donald and Mickey. And what's really interesting is that this is actually very, very similar to a 1935 cartoon Mickey's Service Station. In Pit Crew, Mickey, Donald Duck, and Goofy are Pete's pit crew, and Pete is obviously very desperate to get back on the road, so the pit crew, he is demanding that they fix things and sort things out immediately. And Mickey Mouse, Donald, and Goofy have to get to work as quickly as possible, but there are problems. And in Mickey's service station, Pete drops off his car at Mickey's service station, where Mickey, Donald, and Goofy have to race against the clock to get the car fixed before Pete returns. It's not exactly the same, but there are similarities. This one actually focuses more on the fact that Goofy causes problems, and he does some tinkering with the pit crew van that causes some problems, and Mickey gets quite exasperated. And it's not often that Mickey says negative things, but he actually says something here that is quite nasty and understandable. You know, he's speaking out of frustration because Goofy has tampered with things, he's got in the way, and Mickey is fed up of having him as a partner on the pit crew. And Mickey says something to the effect of he needs a new partner, and it's rare that Mickey is that negative, and it's kind of refreshing, and I kind of like it. There was a fun sequence in this where Goofy is trying on everybody's hats, much to Donald's dismay. Donald cannot believe Goofy would touch his hat, and Donald gets quite annoyed. But I actually feel like Mickey is the one who's more exasperated here than Donald Duck, and that is so rare that it made it kind of refreshing. As a cartoon on its own, I thought it was relatively interesting, definitely quite unique with regards to the attitudes that Mickey Mouse displays. And Donald Duck is actually calmer than I would have expected. Goofy is suitably annoying. I'm not the biggest fan of Goofy at all, I've mentioned this before, but when he is in a cartoon with other characters, absolutely not a problem. And as part of the House of Mouse, it fit in very well. It definitely fit in with the rest of the cartoons very effectively, but on its own, it's quite fun as well. If you're a fan of Disney animations, it's definitely worth checking out. And if you do watch it, give Mickey's Service Station a watch. It's just an interesting perspective to kind of watch them side by side, to see the differences in the way the characters are animated, differences in their behaviours and the way they treat each other. Definitely worth watching alongside that, but on its own, Pit Crew is still pretty entertaining.